Hello and welcome to the REST API testing tutorial. Today I would like to discuss what is REST API testing. My name is Muhammad-Naeem. So let's begin. So before proceeding for what is REST API, first of all we will see that what is API. So API stands for Application Programming Interface. API is a software interface that allows two applications to interact with each other without any user intervention. So here you can see client is using REST API to request to the database, application database, and receive the response and provide this response in the form of JSON and XML to the client. So okay, so here is the architecture diagram of the API testing, or you can see the overview of the API testing. We have the presentation layer. It's a user interface, and it is basically using application interface layer using API to send the request to the application database and then receive the response and get back to the presentation layer again. But it is also validating the response as well. What is REST API testing? REST stands for Representational State Transfer. REST API testing is open source web app automation testing technique that is used for testing RESTful APIs for web applications. The purpose of REST API testing is to record the response of REST API by sending various HTTP requests to check if REST API is working fine or not. This means we are sending the request to the application server and then validating the response. So how we can send the request to the application database? REST API testing is done by get, post, put, and delete methods. So let's discuss what these REST API methods all about. Number one, get. Get method is used to extract information from the given server using a given URL. Okay. Uh, so with the help of get request, we are actually extracting the data, and with the post request is used to create a new entity. While we are sending post request, we are creating new entity. It can be used to send data to the server. For example, customer information, file upload. You can create new users as well with the help of post. And why we use put? If we would like to update an existing request, we can use put. Also, we can use to create a new entity as well with the help of put request. Delete removes all current representations of the target resource given by a URL. So you can delete your entity from the data. So what are the REST API testing tools available in the market? There are many, but here we have top 15 REST API testing tools: Catalan, Taurus, Apache JMeter, Postman, REST Assured, and you can name many more. But I would like to proceed with Postman because Postman is very simple to learn for API testing. Postman is a standalone software testing API platform to build, test, design, modify, and document APIs. It is simple graphic user interface for sending and viewing HTTP request and response. So Postman is widely used for testing APIs. And while using Postman for testing purpose, one doesn't need to write any HTTP client or network code. So you simply call the get method or any method by providing the URL, and it will do the trick. While we build test suites and call collections and let Postman interact with the API. So Postman is a graphic user interface for testing APIs. So let's begin our demonstration. So first of all, let's proceed with the Postman uh, official website. Here we have, and here you can create your account, sign up for free, and download this tool and start using this tool as well. There are many Postman tutorial available, but I like this one, and I also found a wonderful playlist of Postman from Tool SQA website. I have followed this playlist to learn this wonderful tool. So you can follow uh, this playlist in order to learn Postman as well, right? Last but not least, this is the bookstore API for testing purpose. You can use this bookstore API to learn or try different API requests to validate. For example, if I would like to get all the books available in the bookstore, I can use this get method and retrieve all the test data. So if I will execute this bookstore uh, API, I am using this get method. So you can see I received the list of books available in this bookstore. So this uh, actually receives the information of the books, right? So this is the ISBN title and all. So in this curly braces, you can find one book information and the another. So there are many books received with the help of calling this get method of this API. You can use this URL in order to test this API in your Postman tool as well. So let's copy this URL. Let's proceed. I already have opened this Postman uh, tool from where you can create a HTTP request, and here you can find different API methods available. So I will proceed with the get method and copy paste this URL. So there are some spaces. I have delete this one, and now I have click on this send request, and now you can see I have received the same response which we have received earlier in ToolSQA website. These are all the books, and in each section we have a single book information available here. So here you can see we have received status 200, which means it is a successful HTTP request. So we can validate this 200 response as well, but I will discuss it later on. So for now, I believe this information uh, is useful for you to proceed further with the Postman and test APIs. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. If you have any question, you can post it to me. Okay.